You like Trump? Good girl. You like Biden? Come on, man. We cheated. All right. Good evening. This is this ant was sent to me some while back, and I'm getting to it. Finally finishing up with it now. I've been had a lot to do, but you know, things ain't always like you plan it to be. Life ain't like you plan it to be, but he sent me a work order on it. Very detailed. Uh, nice job on that. Says the call built, 2 driving 8. It was biased, and I class C'd it. Uh, sometimes when you bias a amp, uh, it takes a lot out of the transistors, and this one was no upset. How you say that? Whatever. Uh, it put a lot of strain on it, and I just straight class C'd it instead of biasing again. It's had the X-Force type biasing on it, uh, which was called before it was X-Force, or vice versa, or whatever. It's late at night. I've been up a long time. Ain't had much sleep. Uh, the 2-pill section was gone out of it. That was the first thing wrong with it. So I got that all situated out. I came directly off of here to there and tuned the 2-pill section out. Got it up and running pretty good. It's got 2 HGs in it, 16 Duo 8s, regular ones. Going in this 8-pill section, well, one of the transistors was gone. I think it was this in here. And I changed that out with a pull. It had about a 32 HFE on it. And of course, when that one went out, uh, that one's already out. I replaced that one. It was up and running, and I ran it for a little while. Keyed on it, talked, keyed, talk, keyed, talk. Been talking on it for about the last 4 days now, and about 2 days ago, this transistor went out. This last one over here, it went out, so I had to replace that one. This wasn't a whole set. It had been replaced out. This one wasn't even a C. This one's a now 7. That one's a 5. But both of them's pulls, and they got a pretty good HFE value on it. But the ones in here, I've pulled the legs up, tested them, and they're pretty low. They're within the 20% range, which is not too bad, but some of them's around 17 to 20. And sometimes when you put another one beside of it, you just have a failure, put strain on the other one, or either it pulls this one down to that one. It's just the way it works. It's push and pull, and they have to equal out. Like putting 2 carburetors on a car, you got to get both of them all working right. And it's just like 8 cylinders in a car. If you got one bad cylinder, it drags all the rest of the 8, well, all the 7 down. And pretty much the same way. But it's up and going now. It's doing decently well. I'm driving it with a stock radio. Got some attenuation in it because I don't know what this is going to be sold. He says. So it's not mine. I put a new tuning tube in it. New inductor back here. Put a combine splitter here, and checked all the caps, input, output caps. All them was fine. Checked all these. Like the 2-pin section is completely rebuilt. The new transformer, new input transformer, new preamp. This is new. It was some crappy old stuff in it. I think I threw it away. There was some braided stuff in there, and that's solid copper there. And I soldered it on both sides. It has have a remote, but put new feedbacks on it. The transistors, since I already had them out, put heatsink compound on them. The tube used to be back here. I had to move it up, retune it. Got the talk through SWRs down in it, and she's up and going decently well. Normally get a little bit more on this side of it, but like I said, I've got a stock radio hitting it with about 65 on the attenuation of it. So that's cutting it out because I don't know what radio somebody's going to run on it, and I put a little attenuation on it so it'll be a little bit easier on it, and then you can have a radio skin like 4 and 5 watts and hook up to it. You know, other than that, if you got a variable power, I can turn it down, take the attenuation out of it. Of course, you're going to get more out of it. But if you hit it with like a Galaxy radio or something other like that, it'll drive it a little harder anyways. But I'm just hitting it with a stock Cobra 29, and like I said, it was biased, and that drains them a little bit more than what non-biasing does, Class C. So, put new power wires on it, replaced all them. It's a good 3 foot of 3 wires running out of it, which is enough. Should pull about 90 amps per wire, but it's about 3 foot sticking out of it. At the back of it, replaced all them. The wire that was on it stuck out about 1 foot, and it's old and done got green, so that had to go. Let's get to it. As you can see, a 2500 watt slug in peak. This is going back towards the radio, so it's reflect power. The talk through, hello, 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 don't even move. This is that little bit, or that's just what little bit the radio's hitting it. And turn the amp on. Reflect is here. You want that as low as possible. Hello, hello. So about 1400 on peak. Oh, seems kind of low, but it's because all that attenuation in it. And I do have about it's about 2.5 watts going into it. More or less about 3 watts. Let's see over here on this 5 watt side, going to be more accurate. Oh yeah. About 4.5 watts going into it for radio drive. And let's see. Turn this around. RMS right there anyways. Oh, about 6 or so RMS from where I'm looking at it. But turn it back on. Oh, hello. That's what we're getting out of it. See, reflect back to my antenna's looking good. Hello. Hello. Tuned out really good. Tuned out really good. It's, like I said, it's a little low on power, but not too bad. When I didn't have the attenuation in it, I was getting about 1800 out of it. But I thought I better put some attenuation in it because I don't know what radio is going to be run on it. That's the thing you got to do. The heat sink on this side goes back to about here on the 2-pil section. Don't need much. This one is a full length back to about here, all the way up to the front. Got a good piece of heat sink there. I put a block off plate in between these 2 pieces of heat sink, so the air's got to go through both of them and exit out the back. And I trimmed them holes open to let a little bit more air through. 2 decent fans on it. This one, I don't think puts out quite as much air as this one does, but they're pretty close. They're pretty close. I knocked this down to about 2 ohm. It was at about 7. I knocked it down to 2 to speed the fans up a little bit, and it's still pretty quiet. At least I think so. Y'all know I'm deaf as hell, so put a screw in this. I know this camera picks up pretty good speed, noise. So that's the fans running. It feels like a decent amount of air coming out the back of it. That's the paper. It's raising it up. We'll turn it off. See the paper go down. See the fans stop. Which ain't stopped yet, but watch the paper. It's putting out a decent amount of air. Might not sound like it, but it is. But yeah, it's ready to go. Just need to put the screws in it, figure up the bill for it, and get back with you. Let's say the preamp's working. I hope y'all be able to hear this preamp. The preamp is working. It don't have sideband now. It's like I said, Class C. It's got a sideband delay on it, but not bias for sideband. Took that out of it. So, yeah, that's what you got. It's ready to go. Figure up the bill on it, and I think it done pretty good. Man, that sticks on tight. But there it is. in all its glory. I think it's going to make somebody a really nice little amp if you just don't try to overdrive it, because this does have a driver in it, built in it, radio drive. I would drive it with like a Cobra 29 with the modulation turned up pretty much like I got, loaf it along and get about 1600 out of it. I mean, it can do more. Like I said, without the attenuation in it, I got more out of it. Of course, you're going to, because you're driving the two-pill section a little harder. But it tuned out perfectly. Be easy on it, because these are Toshibas, and they're kind of old. I don't know what year this was made, but I'd say it was a long time ago, because they ain't even got a sticker on the front. I don't know. He says the Carl built X-Force. I could tell the way it was, the Bison was in it. It was the X-Force, which Carl built way back. You know how long ago Carl built spin, if you've been in this game for a while. Been a long time. But the combiner was a 3-port. I don't know what that how that came out to be, but I don't know what this couldn't have been anything any different, because the heat sink and this side's gone. I don't know why it did, but it did. Here's the old combiner that was in it. And it was siliconed, and the board was scraped up. The way I do them, I glue a board on the bottom of it. And so when you set it down, you don't have to worry about it getting into the board. But I put it back where it was at, because the wires was already there. Vice versa, whatever you want to call it. Bingo bango. She's doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I'd like to see about 2,000 out of it, but 1,800 will work. With no more than what, let's see. As far as ampage wise, I think it's only pulling like 100 or so now. But before the attenuation was put on it, it was pulling about 150. Old. 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 Hello. I don't know, it says around about 80 some now. Old. I don't know. I hope I ain't got no voltage going down. Oh, it is pulling a power supply down to about 14.4 from about 14.9. At least that's what it says on this meter. Oh, yep. Well, it's ready to go. Yeah, I guess that's all I got to say about it. Alright then, y'all have a good day. Been number 3 down here. And appreciate it. Later.